Going on, folks? This is Noble Nines YouTube. I'm your host, DMAC, going to bring y'all our most recent war recap against a really popular clan. I'm sure you've heard of them, North Remembers. North Remembers is a really high-level fair play clan. We were really excited to have gotten this matchup. It was not arranged. It wasn't a scrimmage. We didn't contact them, and of course, nobody suspected anybody of it being an ambush. Definitely not on our side. I tried to go talk to North Remembers, just chat them up, but they declined me, actually. So I don't know what that was all about. But, Sue, good job to them. If I can't congratulate them over the game, at least I'll be able to do it in my recap. Good job to them. Awesome war. They did really good. They got all of our Town Hall 10s 2-starred and all of our 9s 3-starred, of course. That's the general fair play clan thing, because it's just so difficult to get Town Hall 10 triples. I mean, you really got to know what you're doing, and thankfully we have some Town Hall 10s that do. We were able to get Marshall, took him down, number 5, and LMF was able to get number 6. And 6 Town Hall 10s on each side, 29 Town Hall 9s. Full disclaimer here, we did have 2 that went to Town Hall 11, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you that that's what won us the war. North Remembers was still able to 2-star both of them, and Aska did not have a 3-star. The Warden helps, but he's not going to... It's not going to make it, like a bully attack for a Town Hall 10 to a Town Hall 9. It's just not. It's still going to be difficult, even with the Warden. I think he was like level 1 or 2, so it's not a game changer in terms of that. But, LMF was able to come behind and pick up that clean for number 6. And I mean, it happened. This war happened. We made the matchup the day before. It was in the afternoon before the update was supposed to come that Thursday. And we had talked about it. We're like, okay, should they go to Town Hall 11, or should we just be like, okay, Town Hall 10, stay there until after? But Aska and LMF had already made their minds up they were going to go to Town Hall 11 before we even spun this war, before any of this happened. This was as soon as they found out Town Hall 11 was coming out, they were going to go to Town Hall 11. So it wasn't cheating. It wasn't any of that. There was none of that. I wish I could have explained that to North Remembers, but it really had very little outcome. We knew, our guys were going to be able to get at least 1 or 2 Town Hall 10 triples, and they did. Marshall was able to swing that one as well as LMF. So I'm going to go ahead and show both of these Town. And this is Marshall on their number 5. Cleanup attack, of course. He knew it was in the Town Hall, or the Clan Castle, excuse me. Knew what he needed to do to take down this base. My opinion, I'll go ahead and give it on the update, was awesome. I love the update in terms of the extra 30 seconds that you get for attacks, especially for Town Hall 10. Not as much for Town Hall 9. It does happen, but Town Hall 10 is going to make it a lot easier, because a lot of times it does happen that Town Hall 10s will run out of time. They'll get so close, and then it just never... They'll run out of time. It just won't pan out. But he's able to go with just the straight go Laloon, Don't have to be super fancy, We knew whenever we got this, we got the first Town Hall 10 triple, North Remembers was kind of struggling. I don't even think they had went for one in a little bit, or at that point, with their Town Hall 10s. So we went ahead and let Goku, go for Town Hall 10 triple. But he did a lot of fancy stuff, and it just never really panned out. I mean, it was good and it looked good, but comes to show you don't have to be super fancy with these things just to get the 3-star. I mean, he even had a Lava Hound left over. So just super awesome job, able to work his way through the base. 2 Lava Hounds, excuse me. So just awesome job as always. I mean, just such high-level gameplay that our Town Hall 10s bring. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, I'd put them against any fair play Town Hall 10s. I mean, and there's some good ones out there, but we've luckily got the hookup, if you will, for Town Hall 10s. So, awesome job there. I'm going to go ahead and speed it up for cleanup. But, once again, awesome job, our Town Hall 10s. Good job, Marshall. Brought that one home for us. Excuse me. And the next one I was going to show is LMF on number 6. once again, cleanup attack. Aska went before him on this one, and pretty much gave him the blueprint. He wasn't able to get this Inferno right there. That was the game plan. And then these 2 air defenses. But LMF was able to on this attack. And so he was able to pan out because he only brought the 1 free spell. So goes ahead and he starts. And you're going to get to see the Warden, level 2. Big time Warden here. Able to help out a little bit. Not, like I said, not doing a game-changing job. He's good, but he's not gonna save your raid. It's not gonna be just a mindless task. You get in there and drop your troops, and he's gonna make it easier. I mean, it's still gonna require a lot of skill, regardless of what level he is. But I was kind of worried right here that queen was gonna take off, but luckily she did not. I don't know how that happened. If that would have been mine, she'd have took off that way, no doubt. So the kill squad's working their way in. Drops the jump there. Gonna let him into that compartment. Queen kind of gets out front a little bit, but it's not really a big deal. Drops the rage, poison. Kill squad works in. Here comes the king. Phases the king and the queen. Queen is able to take out the defending queen. King gets a few defenses, and this queen is going to be super clutch right here in taking down this air defense. So close to not getting it, but she was able to get that air defense, which, I mean, probably would have gone down anyways, because it was right in the path of where the loons were coming. But he goes and starts the loon portion of this, and I mean, with the free spell and the number of haste, I think it's 4 haste. This is pretty much a wrap. His base was pretty much done for at this point. So he knew what he had to do. He knew what he had to get, and he was able to. And so after that, it was just pretty much over with. Had some extra balloons in the back here to be able to ambush this last little archer tower, wizard tower combo there. And so really just awesome stuff once again from LMF. All those guys, I mean, they're really good. I'm not down in North Remembers whenever I say that, our Town Hall 10s are just, they just really bring it. I mean, I don't know what else to say, we drew this one up, it was going to have to be the 9s were going to have to take care of themselves. We only had 1 dip, and it was this attack right here, which that was our number 2 Town Hall 10. She went ahead and took down the top Town Hall 10 with a 2-star, and then hit the top Town Hall 9 for 3. But then that was our only dip. I don't think the North Remembers had a dip either. I think they didn't. I think it was 9s. Took down all the 9s. So good job to them on that. I was going to show Peanut's attack on number 8. Now Peanut, this is the first hit 3. I wanted to say that I'm proud of all of our guys at Noble Nines. Everybody really showed out this war and did a really great job. Just fantastic as always. But at the same time, I'd like to encourage our lower guys to try to step it up a little bit. Because, I mean, we had, I think it was, go ahead and start this stack. I think it was 12 or 13 first hit 3 stars on Town Hall 9s. And North Remembers had, I think, 9 or 10, maybe 11. So pretty even there in those numbers. But all of ours came from our top guys hitting their top bases, which is great, that we could do that without having a scout. But at the same time, it's like, man, I wish that our bottom guys would jump on the train too. So kind of frustrating whenever, I think we had 2 or 3 bases that took 4 attacks, and that's just a waste of attacks. You can't do that in the big wars. But definitely a solid attack through and through. It's a team effort, so we're able to pull it out in the end. Queen is going to just kind of tie up here, but I want to go ahead and say that the new update, man, for Town Hall 10 it's nice, but for Town Hall 9 it just almost crushes anything. And I know that the healer thing, it doesn't really stack the way it used to, but at the same time, you don't really need a lot of the time, more than 4. And I think at 5 it starts to lose its use. So it really doesn't affect Town Hall 9 as much as it does Town Hall 10, of course. But really great. There was one guy for North Remembers that I remember watching that as his attack live, and this cat, I kid you not, did a 1.5 minute, 2 minute queen walk. And I mean, yeah, you've got an extra 30 seconds, but I mean, if your queen walk used to, if it lasted more than 40 seconds, you're in trouble. You're gonna run out of time. And this cat went for like 2 minutes solid on the queen walk. He didn't have anything else on the map. He wasn't working any other side of the base, just the queen walk. I remember thinking, this is not even, he's not even gonna do it, but he did, and it was like, wow, that's crazy. But that really comes to show that now you don't really have to rush it as much. You don't have to, throw your troops down and sequence really, really quick. You can just kind of take your time, really think about it, really be able to focus on where you're placing them and those kind of things. Just the small details, because those are the things that are going to end up making a difference in 3 stars. And as we got more comfortable with that, it started to show. Towards the beginning, our attacks were not very good. We started off kind of slow. But in the end, it was automatic. I think that our last maybe 9 or 10 Town Hall 9 attacks were on fresh bases, and probably 7 or 8 of those were first hit 3s. So just really awesome stuff from our folks, and good job to Peanut. That was a crazy attack to be able to climb the ladder like that with his level 20 king and 27 queen. I mean, queen's a good level, but that 20 king, if you're really trying to get a good push, that's not a it's not really what you need. But he's able to really just think about it, and I'll show that in a later attack by Goblin King, one of our lower guys. I think he's 33 out of 35. I mean, he's really low war weight, and he is able to take down a really high level base, just by keeping his keeping his heroes back. The next one I was going to show was Geronimo on 16. This base, the new style these days is one of the new styles, that is to not put anything here in the middle, so the golems, of course, don't go through the middle. That way you have to work your way either clockwise or counterclockwise or some other way to be able to get through the base. But he goes ahead and he drops the queen under a rage with the healers and the poison, takes the clan castle. Now, really, I like this base setup. It's challenging. You really have to think about it. But whenever you have a clan castle right there next to the heroes, it's kind of a dead giveaway what's in it. It's either a P.E.K.K.A. or a golem. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that a P.E.K.K.A., is not a good idea in the clan castle, because sure as heck is. I've dropped my queen overzealously into a P.E.K.K.A. clan castle, and it just one-shotted her. I mean, level 5 P.E.K.K.A. really does some damage. This goes ahead and takes down the defending king. It's going to work her way in. Tries to get the wall break there, but it doesn't quite go. I don't think they were quite under the rage, but it's okay. I think she's going to end up working her way in over here a little bit later. Takes down the defending queen and these extra point defense right there. This side of the attack, the second phase, is going to go ahead and start. So really good planning here by Geronimo. Man, I need to plug my phone in. Excuse me. And really good planning here. He's going to let the queen kind of work her way around, starts the big funnel, drops in the wall breakers one at a time to just get the max out of them. He's really going to hold his king for a long time to try to let his golems work in there so that his king doesn't get ahead of them and end up dying quick, because he knows this is a cleanup, of course. He knew where the giant bombs were in these 2 compartments right here between those defenses, so he knew he needed to get a lot out of his king. And goes ahead and drops the king. King has nowhere to go except for straight to the middle of the action. And first giant bomb set goes down. Second's about to go here in a second. He's going to drop some ambush hogs in this compartment here right whenever they start tanking. The golems, that is. The whole time, the queen is working her way down here, just cleaning up some trash buildings, trying to work her way towards this Tesla farm right here. I think he had a skeleton trap or 2 in there. So really, really good planning to be able to kind of split it up, because that queen, there's no air defenses right there. So she was able to do a lot of work there. Goes ahead and phases the king. These hogs right here helping to clean out a few of these trash buildings. As soon as these Teslas pop, goes ahead and he took down the second giant bomb spot, by the way. Hits him under a heal. He only had 1 heal for this, but he didn't have to do much hogging. He only had the 3 Teslas right there. So just had a ton of hogs left over. Really destroyed this base. Like I said, this is a cleanup, so he was able to plan more properly. But just good work. That was a solid attack. Even saved a hog for cleanup, I think, up here. So just really good stuff. And like I said, with the extra 30 seconds, that really allows you to do a lot more these days, and lets you kind of change your attack up a little bit. So the next attack I was going to show, next to last, was Dr. Rod. And Dr. Rod, man, I don't know what it is about this guy, but his attacks are just so wild. And this base is a pretty wild base, This is a cleanup as well. But the attack, that Rod uses, now look at these wall breakers. If anybody else were to drop down, I think he drops all of them at once. It's like 6 or 7 wall breakers. If anybody else were to drop them all down in there would be a giant bomb there, or those wizard towers would target them, and they would not get the double break. I mean, that you'd never see that. They said that they improved the AI this time, and maybe they did. Not for me. I wasn't even in this war. But if I were, then my wall breakers would have not picked me up on that. Only Rod, his AI got better, but nobody else's. So goes ahead, gets his kill squad in, just goes straight after the queen. I mean, that's his attack style, Does a lot of hogging, brings a lot of hogs, and is able to get a really good push out of his kill squad with his decent level heroes. He was one of those people that did his king and queen to 15 and took his queen all the way up to 30, and now he's trying to get his king to max, and he's really close at 26. I think he's actually on the way to 27, so congratulations there. He's able to bust up that double set down there, and also this one that was here that he knew about. And pretty much this base is a wrap. That X-bow doesn't even have much health left on it. Those 2 hogs are able to clean up, and it just has tons of time. Like I said, Rod has never ran out of time. He's always been. I've seen him lure the clan castle with a single hog, and he's dropped 2 poison spells on it and waited for them to take him out, and still wrapped it up in less than 2 minutes. I don't understand it, but so good job there. There were so many good attacks by our guys. They really showed out this war. The last one I was going to show, however, was, like I said, it was way down here. This happened kind of early. Try to let our guys to the lower end of the map go early. But Goblin King is able to take down this base. Not really sure how to say that, but number 20 on their team. Now, Goblin King has level 16 king and level 18 queen. That's really low, especially in the, high-level war clan realm. I mean, it's just not. It's tough. I have 30-30, and sometimes it'll come all the way down to the end where my queen will shoot through a wall and I'll hit her ability, and she'll be able to take down the last defense that my hogs would be able to clean up, or that they wouldn't have been able to. So he does a really great job of planning here. He brings the standard 3 golem Goho, and he's bringing 2 jumps and 2 poisons and 2 heals. Now, a lot of people opt for, they'll try to wall break that, but if you bring those wall breakers, then you can't bring as many wizards, and he knew he had to get a long way with his kill squad. And this was, of course, a cleanup attack, as you saw. So he knew it was in the clan castle. He knew where all the bombs were. He knew where he had to go. So, excuse me. He knew what he had to do. But I want to pause just a second and kind of stress how long Goblin King is. His queen jumps over the wall just in time. Almost got landlocked there. But I want to pause it. He gives it a lot of time. A lot of people say, "Oh, drop that jump spell early." Well, with a level 18 queen, you really have to have your timing down, because she's not going to just absolutely just melt through clan castles and storages and those kind of things. And she's not, there's a big difference between 20 and 30, 25, 30, all those kind of things. But he was able to use it. I mean, that's whenever the skill factor comes in, that he just kind of, he waited, and he used that jump to where he could get the max out of it, to where his queen would not get landlocked. I don't think she does. The king is going to take off for a stroll here, but he's still got 20 seconds, 25 seconds on that jump. So his queen is definitely going to be able to get to the defending queen, and I do think she jumps here. Yeah, there she goes, and she's able to work her way into this compartment. But by that time, everything's done. She's just helping to clean up. But I know the extra 30 seconds, but if she doesn't help clean up, then you never know. You might have 99% on your hands. But just really good stuff here. Like I said, he knew where the bombs were, he knew where he had to get to, where he had to come from, but just awesome work as always from him. It's really nice having the, I'll go ahead and speed it up for the sake of cleanup. It's really nice having the 2 poison spells, especially for hoggers, because he was able to poison the clan castle, but he was also able to do skeleton traps just in case they bunched up on him. Because a lot of times with hogs, you will have them bunch up, and it'll just crush your hog rates. I mean, hands down, happens a lot of the time. But at the end of it all, we came out on top. So good job to Northern members. We'll do it again anytime you're ready. I mean, we had a great time. We'll set one up next time. But until then, clash on, folks. Thanks for watching.